everyone! So welcome to today's video. This is going to be a little different than anything I've posted here before. This is going to be more of a stretch and come chill with me kind of video. Here I'll talk about why I haven't posted in several months. It's going to get pretty real, and also just do a few nice stretches, have some blocks nearby just in case. I actually don't have a plan for the stretches today. I'm going to do what will feel good in my body. Feel free to follow along, grab a cup of tea or coffee or a little snack, and we can just hang out together. I hope you enjoy. Come into a comfortable seat. That might mean sitting on one of these blocks or a cushion. Roll the shoulders a few times, keeping it nice and easy. I have some calming nature music playing in the background. You might play a little music too. And then when the shoulder rolls, relax, drop your right ear towards the right shoulder. And then left ear towards your left shoulder. Over to the right. And over to the left. Your head comes back through neutral and reach the arms around and up on your inhale. Back beside you on your exhale, and do this a few times following your breath. So as I mentioned, I have not been posting in a few months. And there are many different reasons. I'll say the easiest to explain is that I'm in grad school. I'm in graduate school to become a social worker. We'll take a side bend to the right. Take a few breaths here. And that took up a lot of my time and energy, and I was still getting used to, what it's like to be in grad school while also having a full-time job. Over to the other side. And I didn't have any more sort of creative capacity to pump out videos and also manage all of these other things that were going on in my life. Take another breath. Back over to the right side. And now as you lean on this right side, relax your head. There goes my little hair clip. Relax your head so the right ear drops towards the right shoulder. And reach the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling and out to the side. We're taking a nice, easy neck stretch. So although I really loved creating these YouTube videos, and it was so fun to connect with people, and it was also a good alternative because I wasn't really teaching yoga anymore, and I love that feeling of teaching. And at the same time, I started to notice my own stuff coming up as I was filming these videos and editing them. From here, we'll slowly come up through center. Head rises over the spine, lean over to the left, take a side stretch to the left. A breath. Keep the head relaxed, left ear towards the left shoulder, and the right arm reaches up and out to the side, feeling our neck stretch. So what was happening for me was during the pandemic, I was gaining a lot of weight, physical weight, as a result of stress. I was using food to cope with some feelings, like I think many of us are doing. And watching the footage was actually really challenging for me. Watching footage and editing it, I noticed I had this preconceived notion of what my body should look like. Gently rise up, head stacks over the spine, reach both arms back up on your in-breath, and palms together to your heart on your out-breath. Come into a butterfly pose, feet together, and just lean on forward. So I felt like I had to be the size, a certain size. And as I saw myself, getting larger and puffier and more inflamed and not feeling great, I had this absolutist sort of mindset of like, all right, if I don't look the way I want to look, then I'm not going to pump out YouTube videos or something. It felt too hard to sort of sit with. And for you, who I'm assuming someone who maybe has like watched a video of mine in the past or taken a class with me in the past, maybe like, Sam, that's so silly. We're just here for yoga. And I agree. I think it is silly on my part. And I took a lot of time to work on, again, my relationship with food through this nutrition program, which was great. My relationship with my body. And there have been different iterations of learning to just like accept my body and to just be kind and patient. So it was actually like a blessing. I think I needed to take some time off from that. Just to, feel better in my skin. Walk your upper body towards the right side. Take a breath. And in this moment, it feels a little silly for me to say all these things because logically I know like that doesn't matter, like how you look, etc. And I share because I wonder if others have been going through, or maybe you're even currently going through something like that, of feeling uncomfortable in your skin in some way, and it might be holding you back from doing things that you love. And that is so sad. Sometimes it's necessary to take a step back, reflect, assess, grow, and life is way too short to hold ourselves back from doing things that we love and enjoy. Over to the other side. Breathe. If this is uncomfortable, you can cross your legs instead. So anyway, I took a lot of time to heal and accept and love my body as it is. And today I just felt so called to post and also just to like talk about this. Obviously, you'll come back up, extend your legs out in front of you, stretch those legs out, and just circle your ankles a few times. I'm not gonna edit this video, so you'll see all of the little glitches and stuff in the other direction too. Breathing. And then flex the feet, toes up towards the ceiling. Spread those toes. Hands come beside your hips and keep your right leg extended. Bring your left foot to your inner thigh. Keep the right toes pointing up and reach your arms on up as you breathe in. Come on forward as you breathe out. Hands on your mat, your leg, your foot, whatever works. So that was one reason I felt like I needed more time to go inside of myself and reconnect to some more embodied practices and learn more about how to nourish my body again. I think the whole pandemic just threw me off my center. I just had to find my way back a little bit more. Especially because I wasn't teaching in-person yoga as much. I didn't have as many opportunities throughout my day, like built in for recalibration. So what I mean by that is, when I was teaching yoga, every single time that I taught yoga in like real life here, it was a practice for me to get center. I received the medicine too, I'm not just giving the medicine. So that was really special. And once, studios shut down and my lifestyle changed and things like that, there were less of those opportunities to recenter and receive that medicine myself. And less opportunities to even seek out yoga medicine like in person. Now the world is opening up by the time I'm posting this, so it's very different. Take another breath or two. Relax your head. I want to make my content intentional. And I myself want to be of utmost integrity. And so I come back now with a better capability of offering more. You'll gently rise all the way up. So keep that right leg extended, and you'll scoot your hips a little bit. So your left knee is now out to the side. So essentially you're facing the long edge of your yoga mat. This one's one of my favorites. Your right arm will go to the inner leg and the left arm reaches up. If it doesn't quite reach the ground, you can bring that right arm on a block. Taking a few breaths. Might feel nice to soften that top elbow. Roll that left shoulder open, stacking the shoulders. Some other things that kept me from posting was I also had some medical issues. And I had some, more recently, I had a surgery. And then after the surgery, I had an allergic reaction to the anesthesia. We'll rise all the way up. We'll take a twist to the left, right hand to the left knee. Shoulders down, breathe. Come back through center, bring your right foot in, extend your left leg out. We'll face the back of the mat. So that left leg is long, extended, the foot is flexed. Reach on up and come forward. So then, with my allergic reaction to this anesthesia, I had to go be on some pretty serious medication to mitigate this allergic response. And then some other stuff happened, some other complications happened after that, and that inhibited my healing process. So with all of that, I also haven't been able to be super active. And when I have, it's been for my own personal, more gentle practice. And just so you know, I'm fine. I'm okay, I'm good. But really that time, and I'm still going through it, I'm still in the process of healing, I'm not 100%. Wow, what an opportunity to practice mindfulness. And yoga is not just a way of doing things, of moving into poses. Well, come on up. Keep the left leg extended, face the long edge of the mat. Your right knee is out to the right side. Left foot flexes. Come into that side stretch. You might bend the top arm as you breathe. So yoga is a way of living. There are actually there's a lot of philosophy behind yoga, many different philosophies. But essentially, I see yoga as a way of living, and a way of living in a yogic way is really living in a mindful way. So what does it mean to live mindfully? To me, mindful living is being with what is present. There are times that we don't want something to be our reality, right? Rise all the way up, come onto all fours, move through cat and cow. So there are times where we don't want something to be our reality. So for example, I was sick. I didn't want to be sick. Find your breath as you move. You might also turn your fingertips towards your knees, getting into wrists. And what was I saying? So I didn't want to be sick, but that. What was my choice? Either to reject this reality and say, "Oh, woe is me. I don't want this to be happening to me," and dwell in it, or to feel the sadness that is present and to just be with the pain, the discomfort, and to practice this radical acceptance, which is this idea by Tara Brach. She has an incredible book. Hands back through center. Step your right foot forward and grab onto your blocks if you have them. You may not need them. Nice low lunge here, and start to move forward and back, straightening the front leg and then bending. And find what feels good. So you might just sink the hips forward and stay there, finding a little back bend. You might sit the hips back and hang out there. If you want it to be more active, you can lift that back knee off the ground too. Breathing in and out. So for me, it was a really huge practice of living yoga, of being like, okay, I don't want to be sick, I'm in a lot of discomfort, and let me simply be with this present experience. There are a lot of studies that actually show that mindfulness helps us increase our pain tolerance. When you're ready, the front knee will bend, the back knee is off the ground, rise up to a lunge. Bring your palms together, bend the elbows, thumbs to the back of the neck. Hands down to the ground, so blocks to the side, left hand down, right arm up, and open up the chest here. Feel the right thigh hug in. Right hand down, down dog. You can move through a vinyasa or just stay in your down dog. And the left foot will come forward, right knee to the ground. Grab your blocks. We'll just move forward and back here. So the past several months, being sick and being with this sort of issue I had going on, which I will not disclose here, there was just a lot of disruption in my life. And the meditative practices, I couldn't actually do yoga really, except for restorative yoga, maybe a little yin, but meditative practices were really, amazing. It just shows me this stuff works. You might lift the back knee off the ground, breathing in and out. So one of my instructors, she teaches more about tantric yoga, like philosophy. She talks a lot about feeling the fullness of the human experience. So that means not only the good stuff, but also the not so good stuff. Bend the front knee, high lunge. Bend those elbows, thumbs to the back of the head as you lift your chest. Hands down to the ground, blocks to the side, left arm up. Find a little back bend if you can. Breathing. Left hand down, this time down dog, but with your left leg in the air. So your three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip, and come into pigeon. Lower down if that feels good. Take a few breaths. So my hope is that this little stretch and chat update video, it's not just to fill you into my life, it's also to share some insights and some insights, but also affirmations of the incredible work that living yoga can do. Even though I was going through a rough time, it didn't feel insufferable. It felt manageable. I was able to watch and notice my emotions, my thoughts, and just always come back to the breath, what's present, taking it one moment at a time. Even if you're not dealing with something like a physical ailment, I do think most of us are going through some kind of healing of some sort. So part of this practice is believing in patience, being patient, whether you're on, let's we'll use a physical example, on a fitness journey, and you want to get stronger or faster or look a certain way, perform a certain way, it's going to take time and patience along that journey. There are going to be frustrations, there are going to be amazing successes, just a matter of being with every part of it. Another example, maybe perhaps you are mourning something or someone. You might be mourning an experience. Maybe it was your life before the pandemic. Maybe it's, we're gonna move on to the other side in a moment. Down dog, right leg up, open the hip, and then pigeon. Might be the loss of a loved one, a job, a sentimental item, I don't know, anything. Patience is also a part of that journey. Mindfulness means being present with every part of it. A few more breaths. This side feels extra tight for me today. Relax your shoulders. Your jaw. Walk your hands in and swing that left leg around in front so you are in a cross-legged seat. Look at that, the sun is almost going down here. Reach your arms out to the side and up overhead, inhale. Palms together to the heart, exhale. Again, inhale. Palms together, exhale. One more. Thumbs rest at your heart. Close the eyes. Thank you for listening to me talk for like 20 minutes. That's a long time. If you've stayed this far, I appreciate you. May we all choose to live mindfully. May we choose to come back to the present moment and accept and allow our present moment experiences. May we be patient along our own healing journey. May we be happy and healthy. May we know love. May we know ease. Bow the head towards the hands and the heart. Bow even deeper to yourself for taking care of your body and hanging out today. As you're ready, the eyes will open. Thank you again. Please hit subscribe. I will be posting more frequently.